It's time!
Oh, yeah! Welcome to the Joy Buzzer.
Could it be? Could it be? It is out of here!
I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
At the 20, at the 15, 10-foot touchdown!
My brain just sparkles.
And now for our feature presentation.
Give me a hells yeah! It's the Joy Buzzer live on YouTube. Nikki Cole is here.
I am here. That's all I got tonight.
Fair enough. The instigator, Rob C.
Oh, that's all I got, actually.
All right. And what are we calling him now?
I don't know. We still haven't decided. We still want to keep the intern moniker, but it's definitely Z. Right, Z?
I'm kind of pissed. My headphones don't work.
So it didn't work?
Oh.
It shit out of me the last second. I got pissed.
I feel he said shit.
He said shit.
He said shit.
He sure did.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He
Oh
sure
my
did.
God.
So-
Oh my
He
god.
said shit.
Intern Z is
He
here.
wasn't ready.
Oh no, he wasn't ready.
I
know.
I am the commish. This is the Joy Buzzer.
What's happening?
We're live on YouTube.
We are.
We are. Nick, where else can they find us or hail us or poke us or twonk us or whatever the hell?
YouTube right now. That's about
That's
it.
about
We're
it?
still working on the iTunes and the Stitcher and the Google
Okay.
Play and the.
But intern did
Everything
something,
else.
right?
Yes, yes. We now have an Instagram. So go over to Instagram, follow us at the official Joy Buzzer. You'll find us there. And yeah,
I think we'll probably throw a link up on our page
Fair enough.
somewhere
probably.
Absolutely.
if we decide to.
And you know what, Rob?
And that was the more you know from the
Oh,
intern.
someone's got the soundboard.
Probably throw a link up on our page.
And you know what, Rob? What am I hearing here?
I don't know. That's him having us up on his computer,
Ah.
watching us.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's the
no, it's
instigator.
not.
That's coming from your
That's
aux
coming from
cord.
you.
Not coming from my aux cord because I don't have the YouTube.
I got no
up.
audio up here.
Yeah, he don't have it up on his computer.
I don't know where that
Not
came
at
from.
all.
Then.
Not at all.
I
Actually, I did
know.
have it up.
You have it up. Thank you. Thank
Man,
Rob!
you know, it's usually me.
The one time I take your side, this is what happens.
That did not take. I know what I'm doing.
Right.
The one time I
Don't
take
you
your side.
question me. Don't question me.
Wait, well, we figured out who it was. Are you gonna keep this up or not? I won't run it. I'm sorry.
Wait, what happened? I was looking at something else.
Nothing happened.
It's up now.
That's the point.
Oh, you had a perfect opportunity there.
I thought we were gonna keep that up.
I
It's
thought
not.
so too.
I'm focusing on other things over here. Too.
Okay.
So
My
that's
bad.
just leave it up, and you don't have to worry about it for the show.
Oh,
You know
no.
what, guys?
Yeah.
Guys,
Uh-oh.
guys,
Hey,
guys.
hey.
Yes.
Hello.
We have a phone tonight.
No.
People
We
can
do.
call in.
Oh no.
Oh yes, we do.
Can you give out the number?
Sure. You want me to give it out?
Go ahead,
Commish?
instigator.
Go ahead.
Oh, are you sure you don't want to give it out?
I don't want to give
Since
it
people
out.
can't see you, at least they can
Actually,
call
I'm
you.
looking. They can see me. They can't see you.
All right, folks, come join us on our YouTube Live channel here. Dial us up at 856 330 4749.
One more time.
One more time.
856 330 4749. Phone lines are wide open. Come join us.
We want to thank the people listening on YouTube Live to us right now.
That's
You
right.
are
Yes,
much
thank you,
appreciated.
Thank you,
And we also want to thank the fine people at Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Again, allowing us to be in this awesome facility.
Okay, now the bullshit's over. Let's talk. Sports.
Wow.
I've had enough. I
That
want
was
to talk
quick.
sports.
That was quick.
You want sports?
I want sports.
We want
That's why we're here.
Sports.
Sports.
That's why we're here.
Sports.
So the Phillies have come back from the All-Star break once again in first place.
Yep.
Say what?
Some guy named Galvis is in town with the San Diego Padres, and they're playing right about now.
Our former power
Right about
hitter.
now?
Please.
Yes.
You know, I threw a party when he left because I thought he sucked. I was never a fan of Freddie Galvis. I thought he blew.
He was our power hitter, though. He had
Yeah,
good
he was
defense.
our power hitter.
He had good defense. He just
Not
didn't
a fan.
have. He didn't have a bat. He wasn't a
He didn't have
power hitter
anything.
whatsoever.
He was a power hitter.
He was
Stop
a
talking about Freddie Galvis.
Shit. Crap. So the Phillies kick off tonight. However, there has been a lot of stuff going around baseball this
Yep.
week.
Mm-hmm.
What?
One thing in general was Manny Machado. During the All-Star break, it was rumored that the Phillies were the front runners to land Mr. Machado, and there was an offer made of Maikel Franco. Who else?
Crawford.
Mendina.
I heard
Crawford
Crawford.
could have been, but Crawford couldn't
I
be
heard-
traded because he's hurt.
I heard Franco was in every deal. Every
Yeah.
deal that I heard
Yeah,
that was
Franco.
rumored, Franco was a part of it.
And Gamboa. I
And-
can't think of his first name. It was a great first name.
And Dickie Hurt.
I knew that was coming, but it
yeah.
wasn't Dickie Hertz's name. So we all thought, oh, cool, Manny Machado. There's our starting. We can even put him at third base now. We lose Franco. That's great. Here we go. Phillies are going to come out, and they're going to start kicking ass even more in the second half.
Nope.
And then it got to the next day, and the Phillies are no longer the front runners. The Dodgers were.
Not even the next day. A few hours later.
A few hours later.
It was the morning. It was done, signed, handshake, Phillies, and then by what 2, 3 in the afternoon, it was the Dodgers won.
Well, I from what I understood, they were all in the hunt, neck and neck together.
That's what I'm starting to find out was they were never really the front runner. They were, outside chance at best. The Dodgers gave up a lot. The Dodgers gave up 5 prospects.
Yeah.
5 or 4?
5.
Five of them?
Five.
Of them.
No. Honestly, 3 of them are probably tomato cans. I don't think they're going to amount to anything.
Who's Tomato?
Don't get me started. So wait a minute. Now the story gets a little more interesting because the trade is done. Manny Machado is a Dodger.
Right.
The GM of the Dodgers comes out and says, "This is for 2018."
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, there was no.
There's no talk of him signing him long term.
That's probably why they were.
There's
trading him
nothing
prospects.
else. So the Phillies not jumping in there and losing prospects actually makes kind of sense because they still have a better than average chance of signing him at the end of the season.
I heard the front runner for that though is the Yankees.
Well,
the
the
sign
Yankees are
him.
going to be on everyone.
Front runner for
Does-
every.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
They stockpile, but I don't know. Do they need a power hitting shortstop or third baseman?
Well, every team kind of does need a power hitting shortstop
There
or
are-
third baseman.
I think with what they have there, they weren't looking for him.
No.
To say that.
No, and you knew Baltimore was never going to trade him inside a division. That was just not going to happen.
And now they don't have any opinion on that. They don't have
Right.
any control
but
over
see,
that
now
whatsoever.
Manny does. Manny can decide where he wants
Right.
to go. He can write his own ticket.
Yeah.
Which is probably not going to be the Dodgers because, once again, the GM really didn't make him feel welcome.
Did you ever think for a second he was actually going to come here?
I always think he's going to come here. I thought he was going to come here. I thought LeBron was coming here. I mean, I thought everybody was coming here.
You really thought Machado was coming here?
Sure. Absolutely, I did.
Wow.
I had my hopes up. Only because, I'm a Philly fan. I'm a Philly sports team fan. I want the best for the team. Machado would have been a great fit and still might be come 2019.
Never
Oh,
know.
it's still a possibility.
Yeah. Still
Right,
good.
Yeah, it's not a done deal that he won't.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's better just to wait till the offseason to sign him anyway instead of getting up people for him.
Oh, I agree.
I
That's
think-
why
I
I'm
think-
kind of happy
yeah.
the Phillies lost out.
Franco's
on this.
playing
yeah.
huge right now.
The big advantage if you sign him now, if you trade for him now, is that you get to woo him for half a year.
Yeah.
Right.
He gets to come to the clubhouse, become comfortable with the other players, get to know the environment, see if he really likes it. Then that's a chip on your side.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason that you would trade for somebody like that. And then he's going to go out into the free agent market. But at least he likes playing in your clubhouse. He likes the atmosphere. So
I would like to completely go off the rails real quick.
I'm waiting for this. Go ahead.
And we got someone listening in Copenhagen, Denmark right
Get
now.
the hell out of here.
We do.
Yeah.
That's
He's
fantastic.
he's on chat if you want to chat it up with him.
outstanding.
Someone's got to show me how to work chat on my phone.
Oh,
He
So-
doesn't know what we're talking about.
God.
He doesn't know what we're talking about, but
What's his name?
Blaze, it's my brother.
Oh.
He's listening over there right now.
Oh, he's in Denmark?
Yeah, he's teaching Denmark how to shoot penalty kicks right now.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know how to do it during the World Cup.
In a dress?
And,
Ooh.
see?
Did he gave me the finger, didn't he?
That wasn't me.
He gave me the finger.
I'll wait
again.
for the emoji to pop up. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hey, Blaze, by the way, congratulations on your graduation. That's awesome, dude, and good luck out there.
He said thank you.
No, he didn't. What the hell was that? Oh, my God. You suck.
Is that
What
the
are you
stuttering
doing over here?
soundboard?
I kept trying to hit it and it just keeps playing.
So does that mean we're going to get a...
There we go. There it
Wow,
is.
we got trash talk
Sorry.
on YouTube Live.
Uh-oh.
He said, I still look better in a dress than you do in that shirt.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Hey, you know what?
You
Fat
know
guys...
what? Let's give it up for Blaze.
Yeah.
Good one, Blaze.
Come on.
You know what? He showed some balls. You know how we know that? Because we can see them through the dress.
Are we going back to sports now?
Blaze, we still got to go play paintball again. All right, getting back to the Phillies. So, once again, Machado gone. Now there's talk that 2 former Phillies may be rejoining the nest.
Mr.
Cole
Hamels.
Hamels.
I wouldn't
and
mind
Mr.
that.
J.A. Happ.
I did hear about that. He's what
He's
Toronto?
Toronto.
And he falls under that same premise that you did, in that Toronto doesn't want to trade him within the division.
Exactly.
And because the Yankees do want starting pitching.
They need, especially left-handed.
Right.
They need that. So do we. Our rotation has no left-hander.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I could see why trading for one of them would be a benefit. The reason I don't want Cole Hamels back is because people are going to assume it's the 2008 Cole Hamels,
Yeah.
No.
and you're not getting that guy. You're getting a guy right now who's 5-6, ERA up over 3, hasn't pitched lights out. He's pitched okay, but he hasn't pitched lights out like 2008 Cole Hamels did.
Right.
But
So
we're not a city to ever do that.
Oh no,
We don't expect them to play the way they used to play
No,
years ago.
No. I would love to see. I'd love to see. Rather have J.A. Happ back.
J.A. Happ.
J.A. Happ.
J.A. Happ.
I'd much rather Happy back. I think Happy is. He's actually pitching better. I think he's got a winning record right now.
Wasn't he a Cy Young candidate or a Cy Young winner?
Yeah.
So-
Last year he was. I think he came in like 4th or 5th in the voting, which is pretty good, or something like that. I'm not sure.
I
but
know he was a candidate.
Yes. So I mean, he's put together a nice, fine career after he left Philadelphia.
Shocker. We know we're good at giving them up at the wrong time.
Right. So, yeah, I'm not for bringing Cole Hamels back. I'm really not, and it's a shame. But I
my
think your
problem with-
expectations will be too high.
My problem with bringing Hamels back right now is, where do you put him?
Well, that's just it. You got to ask yourself the question. The Phillies are asking themselves this question: is where in the rotation does he fit? Does he improve your rotation at this moment?
That's my problem. Is I don't see. The only person that's struggling right now is Arrieta.
And he's won his last 2 starts.
Right. But
No,
I don't.
you know
who
what?
do you taking out?
I got no
Pivetta?
problem moving Pivetta or even Vinny Velasquez. Either one of those can go or go to the pen and go long relief.
I mean, everybody wants Velasquez as a closer or in the pen, but
You know what?
do you take him out of that starting position now? Because I don't think he wants to go, and I don't think they're willing to put him in the pen yet. I think he's still a good starter.
I think he's a viable starter.
He'd be a great closer.
Woody, I see. I'm not sold on him as a closer either.
Really?
I'm really
the
not.
stuff he throws,
I think he's a better starter.
like 16 strikeouts every time he goes out.
Because I think he gets better the longer it goes. I don't think he gets as weak because he's young. I mean, maybe during in the when he's in his 30s, he may switch to bullpen or whatever. But right now, I think he's going to be a good starter, and I think he could start for another couple of years, and have high velocity. And once he actually learns how to actually pitch, he's going to be a great pitcher.
Isn't that kind of?
No, because right now
Doesn't it kind of go back on itself
right
a
now,
little bit?
he's just throwing. He's throwing gas. He's throwing a slider, but he's not searching for a spot. You know, Greg Maddux always threw to a spot. He didn't throw to the catcher. He threw to a spot. Once, you know, pitchers learn how to do that, they become really good pitchers. And I think he can find that. And I think putting in the pen would be a detriment to him. So I
mean, yeah, I can't see him going from the pen back to starter, but
and you know what? The Phillies did
I
it to
do.
Brett Myers in 2009, and it ruined him. You know, he was a closer in 08.
No, in 08,
In
I was
07,
watching that.
he was a closer. In 08, he became a starter, and it ruined him.
I was watching that on that documentary thing they were doing, the championship.
Yeah, I watched
and
that
the World
too.
Series or whatever, and the 08 story. That's pretty good.
There was so much more though that they could have put on there. I don't think they put enough highlights on there because there were so many things that happened during that season.
No, but they
Yeah,
put
that
that
season
you
was
wanted to see.
great.
They
I
did the-
loved that season.
the big things that really happened. I mean, there was a ton of little things, but
Yeah, there's that time constraint, you know.
I
They
understand
had, what,
that.
an hour?
1 hour.
Yeah.
I mean, very nicely done. I like all the interviews they got with Brett Myers and Jamie Moyer, and
Brett.
that was
You mean
cool.
Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry Gallo.
Yeah, but like I said, there were so many things that happened during the season. They showed all the postseason highlights, which are great. Don't get me wrong, and it was awesome.
Right.
But there was a couple plays during the season that had to be shown and weren't.
Well, that was more of their run through the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what was showing.
And their, you know, the build up to it with Ed Wade and everything that he's done and put together that team. And unfortunately, he
Ed Wade built that team.
wasn't able to stay there to watch him win it a few years later.
And yet he still helped them because he's the one who traded us Brad Lidge.
Right.
Yeah.
So great stuff there, Ed Wade.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Sometimes that's just the way it goes with front office personnel. We see it with Hinkie and the Sixers. You
Yeah.
know, it was his process that got them to where they are now, and then whoever they bring in will reap the benefits of it.
I hope.
It'd be nice if they reaped anything.
Right. So again, Phillies. We're still on the Phillies.
Yes, we are.
You know, you're jumping ahead there.
I didn't jump.
Come
I
on
just
now,
made it.
Rob.
I was a compare and contrast.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
We'll take it.
Can I throw up a cheer for myself then for
Go
the
ahead.
compare?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Let's see if it works.
There we go.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy now? You happy now?
Okay, last Tuesday, was the All-Star game.
It was.
Last Monday was the home run derby.
Yep.
And I
Reese
use-
Hoskins.
And the thing with it, I usually don't watch it.
Is that a
What was
silent-
that?
is that a
It's like
What that
we
was.
actually have to talk about that. It's like
That was like a
home run
relief
derby.
part. Like
It's like
Didn't you just drop that in the bathroom?
but no, I'm just saying. You know,
Maze.
amazing.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Amazing.
I just find it ludicrous that we're talking about a home run hitting contest as a major thing. It just
Hey,
I don't
like
know.
it. I
if
think it's
Philly
cool.
was in the home run hitting contest.
And that was the only thing interesting about it. If he wasn't there, I wouldn't have been watching it.
So true. I agree.
I usually watch the first round every year. That's about it.
You try to keep up with it, but then ends up failing.
That's it. What?
I said when you try to keep up with it, but it ends up failing.
Right.
Yeah. What he said.
He starts to come and he pulls out.
Intern Z.
We're not sticking with that. We have to change that.
Intern Z.
Changing that.
Kind of like it.
Reese Hoskins made it to the second round. In the first round, knocked out the number 1 seed.
He
who
demolished.
should not have been a number 1 seed.
No, but he demolished.
He
Well,
did.
yeah, because
Well,
they wanted to match up with Harper.
Exactly.
Yeah, they weren't going to put
And
Harper
the-
against.
Give the guy credit. I think he's leading the NL in home runs
He
at
is.
the All-Star break.
Oh,
so.
Hoskins kicked his ass.
Yeah.
I definitely got to give credit where credit's due. In the second round, Hoskins even did better. He hit 17 in the first, hit 20 in the second.
They didn't think you could see him getting gassed in the
Oh,
first,
yeah.
and it was just
Yeah.
okay, cool. And he comes out, puts up 3 more than he did in the first round.
Yep. And then Schwarber came up, Kyle Schwarber. And when he started, we all thought, oh, Hoskins has a chance because Schwarber just wasn't catching fire. And then that stupid rule where you could take a timeout right in the middle of it, which really pisses me off. But he came back from the timeout, and then he just started – he caught a groove and just started blasting them. And he won with 21 home runs. Good job.
But for all intents and
Yeah.
purposes, you can kind of tell there was a script ESPN had for
Oh,
this home run
yeah.
derby for a certain
Mr. Harper.
Mr. Harper.
Yeah, we all knew he was going to win.
Because there was a lot of cupping That's all I'm gonna say. There was a lot of cuppage.
Yeah,
Full cuppage.
that's right.
There was full cuppage.
There was fondalization out there.
There was lipstick. the whole thing.
Fondalization.
Yes,
Is
that's a
that-
word.
Is that a word?
It is
Yeah,
now.
it is now.
That's an
Right now.
official Joy Buzzer
That's
word
right.
now.
Ooh,
Right
spell
there.
that.
Write
Fondalization.
that
It's
down.
trademark.
Write
Nobody
that down,
else can
Nick.
use it.
Intern Z, write that down.
Yeah,
Got you.
Spell that.
Fondalization.
I don't know how to-
Fondalization.
Fondalization?
Yep.
All right, got you.
That's got to be put on a banner behind you.
That's
right
right.
here.
No,
Dude.
no banner.
We gotta do it as a hashtag now.
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Hashtag
T-shirt idea.
hashtag on Joy Buzzer on our new Instagram.
Fondalization.
We'll have to show a picture of what the definition of fondalization is.
I'm not posing. So the All-Star game, we talked about the home run derby. Who cares? Bryce
Derby.
Harper won. All-Star game had 10, count them, 10 home runs hit between the two legs.
I got to admit, it was kind of fun to watch.
It was.
Pitchers were pitching great, and then when they slipped, it wasn't a base hit. It was a home run.
Yep.
It's actually the most competitive out of the All-Star games for all the
I
major
agree.
leagues.
Absolutely.
I think it's probably the most fun to watch because it is still true to the game.
Yep.
Where the other ones are kind of like
That's
an exhibition.
Pretty much, yeah. Football, they're not going to hit each other.
Right.
Hockey, they're not hitting
They're-
each
they're-
other.
yeah,
They're
they're
And
always
football is
playing-
like a two-hand
and in
touch.
basketball,
Yeah,
nobody's
pretty
playing
much.
defense.
No.
In basketball, it's like, all right, let's go
Oh,
down and play
hold on.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Not until the fourth quarter. Then you get
You
defense.
do, and I'll tell you why. Because the winner gets more money. That's why it's defense in the fourth quarter. We're not talking basketball right now. We're talking baseball.
Wait,
Why would you keep going
again,
to basketball,
Sean,
man?
compare and
I
contrast.
understand that, but I want to talk baseball. I want to talk the All-Star game.
Talk it.
Talk it.
The guys
Talk
from
it.
Houston
Look up.
came
Talk
up in the 10th inning, went back
The
to back.
guys from Houston.
Yeah.
Springer and
Altuve.
no, it wasn't Altuve. It was Springer, and it was.
Yeah, there was a bunch of guys from Houston out there.
Yeah. Well, they
Oh
weren't
my
champs.
God, it's Juan.
One.
I think one of the Houston Astros just walked by. Actually.
One of the Padres just
so,
came
yeah,
by.
Houston-
Yeah, he's definitely a Padre.
Houston the Phillies sent their only All-Star, their lone star, in Aaron Nola, who pitched a scoreless inning.
Great.
Looked
2
good.
strikeouts.
Two Ks. Gave up a hit though.
They give up a hit,
That's
but
okay.
2
Didn't
strikeouts.
score.
Didn't let up a run.
Yeah.
Didn't. It was. The Phillies did not embarrass the Phillies this year.
Exactly. They
Which
did-
is all I
They
ask.
did a fine job.
Round
So
of applause,
again,
round of applause.
American League One, which is now what 6 in a row or something like that.
6 or 7 in a row.
Something
Yeah.
some crazy number. All because of the friggin' DH. That's all I say.
And
Give it-
yeah,
the DH should be out.
and then now it's permanent in the All-Star game now. Is that
Yep.
what it is?
Yes, it is. They want the pitchers hitting.
I mean, I got no issue
They're
with.
so worried about injuries.
I
and
got no
everything.
issue with that though. I mean, the pitcher doesn't have to
I
bat.
do. Designated hitter is not baseball. It's just not baseball.
It's American
The
League.
And-
pitcher has to hit.
And if you disagree with the commission and everybody else, give us a call 856-330-4749 because I know guys that are American League guys that love the DH and can't stand watching a pitcher bat.
Then they're wrong.
Oh, I'm not going to agree or disagree with you. Let's let the
Wow.
callers call in and
Come on,
Fight
Carlos.
it
Prove
out.
him wrong.
All right, we
Come
have
on.
to take a break.
break time. What?
Take a break.
You want?
Say what?
He's
I didn't
scared.
hear a timer.
Yeah, I know.
I got a
He's-
timer in my
I think
head.
he's a little scared that the caller might
And I
come
got
in
Nick
prove
over there
him
giving me the finger. So
I saw that. There you go.
okay, I got 15 seconds to wait to see it.
Yeah, wait for it.
Waiting, just waiting,
Yeah,
Winning.
waiting again.
Winning.
No, not winning. Waiting.
Winning.
it'll show up. There's the timer.
There's the
There's the
timer.
timer.
Still waiting.
There's crickets. Still waiting.
Still waiting.
This is a great show.
You thought it was 10 seconds, but it's actually half a second.
All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, what are we gonna discuss?
We're going to discuss.
whatever you feel like.
No, we're going to do World Cup and Union.
Union
A
World
little
Cup.
soccer talk.
Hell yeah.
All right. Zach's gonna go get us all lattes.
Ooh. Gelato.
Hold on. What'd you call him?
I'm
Z.
sorry.
Intern
It's
Z.
How
Intern
dare
Z.
write that down?
Intern Z.
Write that down right now. Write it down.
Intern Z.
Write it
Intern
down.
Z.
Write it down. Leave that out.
Okay, we'll be right back after this one message. You're listening to the Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
just admit it. What you're doing right now is working, but it's not ideal. Before attending the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, I worked retail, and now I'm working for a major radio station in the Philadelphia market. There's a campus right here in the Philadelphia area. Visit gocsb.com or call 1-800-TV-RADIO.
I am the commish.
And I'm Rob C, the instigator.
Nicky Cola over here.
And we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show. Sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new Sports Talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
We're back, and I hate to say it, but while you guys are going to talk soccer, I'm going to try and figure out my YouTube page. Because I want to see the chats, and I can't say. Yes, I am an idiot when it comes to the tech crap. I'm the first to admit it.
Well, looks like you won't hear intern either.
Untech-worthy.
No way.
So, however, I will say.
Oh, however.
We watched the World Cup game last Sunday. France versus Croatia.
Oh, you watched the final.
Whatever. The World Cup game.
I'm just letting you know.
And
the final you watched.
And France are a bunch of pussies. That's all I got to say. Go
wow.
ahead. Oh. if that gets it on YouTube, then it's worth it.
World champion.
Well, yeah. Well, to be honest, never mind.
Yes.
Let's go, intern.
Go ahead,
intern Z, what do you got?
I was going to say, you can't say that word on YouTube.
You can't?
You can't.
Way to go, Sean.
You can't say that word.
Thanks, Sean.
Here comes strike one.
Strike one.
I figured it out.
You cannot say that word on YouTube.
I can't?
Nope.
Who said so?
YouTube.
YouTube. I did not know.
I thought he was going to do it again, so I shut
I thought he was going to do it again, too.
My apologies.
Yeah,
now,
you're
could you say labia?
Oh, God. We got down that road.
Good God.
So the World Cup.
Where does it say that on there, though, without I get one strike?
You'll see it afterwards.
Oh, you know what? You'll see it afterwards.
You'll see it afterwards.
No, it's yeah.
They come to your house, Sean.
They mail you a letter.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay.
You'll see it. You'll see it. A guy comes up to your house and says, "Hi, I'm Mr. YouTube."
Hi, I'm Mr. YouTube.
And
How are
don't
you
say
doing?
that again.
Mr. McGrath?
I dare
Are
to
you-
come to my house right now.
Are you Sean McGrath? Did you say that France is a bunch of...
Don't say it.
Don't do it.
Don't say it.
Don't do it.
Sissies?
Last thing I want to do is get 2 strikes on one video.
And hey, wait a minute. Quick update. San Diego's winning 4-0 in the first inning.
Yes.
In fact, Freddie Galvis just knocked in a couple runs.
He sure did, didn't he?
Power hitter.
Power
man.
hitter, baby.
Power hitter, man.
sucks.
Wow, he is a power hitter, isn't he?
sucks.
Look at him go.
So we're talking soccer.
We sure are. World Cup final, Nick.
World Cup final. Are you ready to talk some FIFA World Cup final? It was a good
Yes, we
game.
are.
It had a little bit of everything you could have asked for.
Absolutely. And hopefully, if we get some folks to call in, they can discuss it as well. 856-330-4749. I enjoyed the game.
I liked it.
I knew whoever came out of that Belgium-France game was probably going to win the cup. I thought they were the last 2 good teams that were playing the best for the tournament. So in the Croatia-France final, I was kind of pulling for France, but I was really impressed with Croatia in that first half. So we're talking about your team, Sean.
Yeah, it was very.
He turned my mic off.
Did he? He did turn his mic off.
Yes, I did.
I'll tell you one thing. They had the run of play for the entire first half and probably about 10, 12 minutes into the second
Croatia
half.
did.
Croatia
Yeah,
did.
I saw that.
I was kind of shocked at how they did not put 1 or 2 or even 3 in.
And in that span of time, I will admit France was very lucky.
How many did
Because they got the 2 goals. The one was the own goal, the first goal.
Yeah.
Where when I first saw it live, I thought that it hit Pogba. Pogba actually headed it in. But then you look at the replay and see that it was off of the Croatian defender.
Yeah.
Changed the angle just enough.
Just a little bit.
Just that one slight touch, Sean.
Just a tap.
That's all it takes.
That's
So
all
how
it
did
takes. Just a little
tap
tap.
it in?
How did
A little tap.
Taparoo.
A little taparoo.
how did a Mbop do?
We'll get
Mbop.
the Mbop.
We'll get the Mbop.
Mbop later. Because that's the second part.
Oh, okay.
Because again, France was lucky.
How many parts is there?
Oh my God!
Wait,
It's a
Rob,
90-minute game.
Rob,
Yeah.
did you say that they filled every hole?
Yes,
They
yes,
filled
did.
every hole?
They did what they had to do.
Oh.
So the second part of France being
They are
lucky
French.
was they got the VAR
Yeah.
showed the guy handball, which it was a handball.
It was definitely a handball, but does that take away? Is that like the whole baseball thing where it's like
yeah.
it's human error? They
Yeah,
didn't.
but the thing is though, from it was a handball.
Oh yeah.
But the thing was, could the referee judge from the video that it was intentional or it was just positioning the body? And to the referee made the decision that it was intentional. I thought it could go either way.
It's one of those things. When I used to play, it was always if your arm is not down by your side, even if it's just out and it's not purposely out, if it's away from your body, it's a handball.
Yeah.
So by that logic, as soon as I saw a video, I'm like, that's a handball. His hand is out away from his body, and he's not attempting to bring it in. He's just flailing his arm out there.
Correct. So in that point, the video system replay worked, and France gave it to probably their best penalty kicker.
Oh yeah.
Is
Cold
that
as
what
ice.
VAR stands for? Video assisted replay?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, see, look at
Oh,
that.
the more you know.
The more you know.
This has been.
Keep the
bell, keep the bell, keep the bell, keep the bell, keep the bell, keep the bell.
Keep it up. It was all the way at the bottom. So Croatia's first goal they earned because they had to run a play.
Oh, absolutely.
And honestly, for some weird reason, they didn't score more.
I don't understand how they did. I
did.
really don't understand.
Because France's
They
defense
did everything.
was good enough, and
Yeah.
their goalie, although we'll
what-
read that for the second half, actually,
Yeah.
their goalie was good enough. And
Yeah.
in that first half, France was lucky. Now, compare and contrast against Sean.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
In the second half, yeah, Croatia ran to play for about 12,
So, wait a minute,
15 minutes.
You're comparing soccer to soccer?
Yes. Well, I'm comparing, Sean, I'm comparing the first half to the second half, where in the first half, France was lucky, but then in the second half, France showed you how good they were. In that, after Croatia pretty much ran out of bullets, that French team took over and did what they do well. They countered and they scored.
Other than a stupid play by their goaltender.
They shut Croatia down.
They shut it down. They got a very strong defense. They scored when they had to score, and that was it. They locked it down.
Way to go, Mbop.
Mbop. And
Mbop.
19-year-old Mbop. Mbop. Who just made himself a star and he already made tons of money on it in the transfer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's already a freaking billionaire.
He's already the
But,
fourth Hanson brother.
Yeah. So the next time he goes out.
Boom-bop.
Yeah.
Bop.
The fourth one.
Boom ba doo. I'm sure they were singing that in France.
Yeah.
Oule boom bop. But yeah, so Sean, you said you saw this game.
I did see the game.
And I know you were upset because you were rooting for Croatia.
I was. The French are
The French?
the French.
Is that dressing?
The France.
Now why? How did you
French
come
dressing?
upon this decision of the French being that way that you said they were, which we can't say on YouTube?
Which we will not say again, so we do not get
No,
buffered.
wait a minute.
Is
So,
it-
but what
is
if I
this
was
just
using,
like a generalization?
what if I was using the word like in the Howard Stern thing where it was blank willow? Could I say?
Let's just
Can you
You
do
can-
that?
you
let's
wanna-
just not go down
YouTube.
that road. I
you want
appreciate
to
that.
go with the L and use the French version?
I don't know. All I know is I saw some lady's jugs on YouTube the other day, and that seemed to be okay. But I can't use the word.
Nope.
What are you searching on
Get
YouTube?
get me a number here.
Get you a number?
I gotta-
oh yeah, you're
I
gonna
gotta
call
talk to
you
somebody.
Yeah.
Get him on the phone right now.
Do you want the French
During our
hotline?
show, we've got to talk.
Do you
Yeah,
want
wait,
to talk to Mr. YouTube?
Yeah, are you calling the
Hello?
French? Are you calling the France to ask them why they are?
No, I'm
Or you
calling
go-
the people on YouTube so I can
Do you
use the
call-
word.
Do you want to call the French YouTube?
No, because you know what? If I called France right now, I'd get somebody who didn't speak a word of English.
Oh,
and I
no,
wouldn't
we
understand
No,
speak
no,
it
Doug,
in
because you called
English.
France.
They
Exactly.
They speak English.
Right. You know.
So you
Je
expected
m'appelle
you
Andre. Well, that's great, Andre. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So you got the French number and expect to
Or,
hear
you know
the
what?
English?
My luck, I'll call over there and friggin' Bop answers. Then what am I going to say?
That'd be amazing.
Bop, bop, ba, bop.
If
I got
Bop
nothing.
picks up a phone right now
Hello,
in France,
this is the Umbop.
That's great. A French Russian. That's awesome.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Russia? What's wrong with Mother Russia?
Apparently, they hosted a good tournament, though. They did a good
they
job.
did a good job. It was a fun World Cup.
Even though obviously, you know, I'm the youngest, one of the younger of the bunch, but that's been the best World Cup I've watched in a while.
And I would agree with you,
3.
Nick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Sure. Not that many, but
Which is actually 3 more than I've watched.
Great.
Now, I hate to say it, but the French did play well. The times I watched.
Every 3 seconds of it.
Well, you know,
it was entertaining.
Those fries were pretty
whenever
good.
I was with Nick. Nick was always watching it, so I caught a few things here and there. And the French,
It was extremely entertaining. It was one of the better World Cups.
They held up well. You know, they did not embarrass themselves, and neither did Croatia. Croatia fought hard. It was a surprise they were even there. No one thought they were going to beat England, right?
You know what?
They beat anybody really coming out of group play.
But I mean, they beat England.
Oh yeah, I didn't think that.
They
Right,
definitely
that's
had
what I'm talking about.
they definitely had the tougher road to get to the final. I will give them that.
Oh, yeah.
And playing all the extra time against some really good teams. I mean, and they also had to play the host country in Moscow, right?
Yeah.
Which is not easy.
Well, in the stage plays, they had to come from behind every single game, so they were never counted out. Even though they'd be losing every game leading up to the final, they still pulled it off.
It did. They had nothing to be ashamed of. They had a great run.
Not at all.
Right, they did good.
Just ran into a better team in the final. That's it.
They did good.
Much better, much better team.
Again, they weren't that much better. They were lucky and good, and that's
Yeah,
my segment for the French.
luck definitely played a big part
Yeah.
in that because it was just
So the French had an easier road to the final than did Croatia.
I believe so until
Yeah.
they got to that semifinal game against Belgium. And again, that game it was
that could have been a
either-
final.
Yeah,
that should have been a final game. That was 2. Belgium played amazing all tournament long.
Yep, absolutely.
A couple finals in there that some great games that should have been finals.
And you know for a fact that the world and the Russians wanted that France-England final because it's
Why?
ancient rivalry kind of. There's always been that France-England rivalry for centuries. You know, they really don't like each other, even though they say they're fine with each other.
We are friends.
We are friends. We have a common heritage and all that. So.
Well, they're both a bunch of
Yep.
Don't you dare.
people.
People. Thank you.
People of
I wanna
the
be in YouTube
laborious. They're
Of
hard
the southern region.
of the southern crotchal landing strip.
Oh boy.
Major and minor.
I think we're gonna. I think YouTube is inventing a censor button for us. Fair enough.
The buzzer.
There you go.
Yes. The buzzer for the buzzler. Quick, hit the buzzer.
hit the joy buzzer. Buzzer.
Hit the buzzer.
So we got 4 more years to the next World Cup final. Yes. And where
For
is
the men's.
Where is the World Cup in 4 years?
Oh, there it is.
There it
There's
is.
the buzzer.
4 years late.
Where is the World Cup next time?
In Qatar.
Is it really?
Qatar.
Qatar. Or I'm sorry, is it Qatar? Is it Qatar?
Qatar.
Or is it
Qatar.
guitar?
Well, it's
Guitar.
Somebody out there tell us. You know,
Qatar. So I'm saying it's Qatar.
is it Qatar? All you folks out there in YouTube land, please let us know.
Or give us a call,
Other
856-330-4749.
Dopey Americans who only
There
know
you
one
go.
language.
Ooh, very nice.
856-330-4749.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think it's.
I have to
Qatar.
remember to look that way to make sure if anyone's calling, to actually answer the phone.
Yeah, you should see a blinking light.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
But
Is there a blinking light?
there's not a blinking light now. I'm checking.
Zach,
There we go.
call.
Gotcha. I'll go in the other room and call.
There you go, intern Z.
No, because you're gonna knock the camera over. You're gonna walk out of the room.
yeah.
Hey, I'm not. Never mind.
So 4 years in Qatar,
And we got
and
the
then
women's
8 years it's in
Next
US.
year, yeah.
States, right?
We got the women's
Okay.
next year.
I know
Women's
that.
next
I'm
year.
just we're on the men's
covering
right
men's
now.
now.
We're
Yes.
on the men's
Okay.
right now.
You love men, so we just covered that.
We're
You
on
love,
the
since you
men's
love
right
men
now.
so much, yes.
Right.
We'll just cover that.
That's
Right.
it.
Do you
Now
cover
we'll
them?
discuss, women who actually have.
Oh, there.
See,
Boy.
see YouTube? He went like this.
He was pointing at his stomach.
Breastises.
Jeez.
Strike two.
Yeah.
God damn, the Me Too
Now,
movement's gonna be all over.
is this like strikes at night, or is this like, will this carry on till next week?
This will cancel our.
Is this like yellow
channel.
cards?
Yeah. If you get two, then you're
Me
out the
Too?
next.
We're out tonight.
We're out the next week.
We're out the next week.
So where is the women's World Cup?
We said that was in France.
France.
Yeah,
Who
it's
just
in
won.
France next year.
You're just not making this easy. Holy cow.
So
Wait,
you're
wait, hold on.
So you're saying next the Women's World Cup, the World Cup is in land next year.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
That was a visual joke for all you folks on
All
the
right.
podcast.
People of YouTube, you're in trouble.
What do you mean you're in trouble? We're in trouble, not
We're
people
gonna be
in
in real
YouTube.
trouble. I'm saying they're in trouble too.
I think we're gonna get buzzed again.
Eh.
Sorry, YouTube.
There it is.
Okay, so that's the World Cup. Now we're going to discuss the team that hails from Philadelphia, the Union.
They hail from Chester, but they have the Philadelphia name represented on them.
The Union.
Doop,
What was that?
Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, since I don't have that.
I don't know if we're allowed to play that one.
Why not?
We could probably get a snippet of it in.
A snippet.
Snippet.
10
I'll
seconds
snap
at
it.
most.
Dude, you'll snip it, snap it,
I'll snap it, drop it,
put it in your pocket.
hit it.
Polka dot it.
That's it.
There you
But
go.
Isn't that a song?
Look at that.
Are we singing a song now?
Yes.
Could be.
You all right over
Is
there,
it all
Commish?
quiet?
We're just so friggin' small. Holy cow. How are you going to read that?
For those of you folks listening, the commission's trying to look at
Commish is trying to figure out YouTube.
figure out how to look at the.
Well, they
chat
can
box.
see us. It's the only place we're streaming right now. It's the
That's
only way.
right.
The only way to hear us is to watch us as well.
That's right.
Yep.
Boy, you get
A bunch of
All
sorry
right,
people at
so
home.
Back to the Union.
avert your eyes.
All right, so far the Union, let's just say their league play in the MLS is not that great.
Less
right?
than stellar.
They're getting
Less-
better.
They're getting better. I don't know if they're doing well enough to actually make a difference in the playoffs.
Yeah, they beat Chicago
They did beat Chicago
4-3. Threw
with,
in a lot of goals there.
with the former Chicago Fire coming back to haunt his teammates there
Yes.
at the end there.
Yes, I was. What a game that was! Just back and
Unbelievable,
forth,
Sean.
back and forth. And goals in stoppage
You know,
time
Sean
too.
saw this game. Go ahead, Sean, fill us in.
I was at the bar. I was getting head-faced.
No, it was back and forth. The Union took the lead. Chicago came back, tied it. The Union, late in the game, took the lead again. Chicago tied it. Then in extra time, Chicago,
Tied it again.
Tied it again.
Tied it again.
So
at
here we
3-3. And
So now the Union again are now.
You don't look interested at all. You don't.
I'm excited here.
You're right. Yeah, I can see it.
He's sitting there going. He's sitting there going.
It's standing up.
He's sitting there going.
It's like I'm tickling him over here.
oh, hey now.
Fondalization.
There you
Full
go.
circle.
Full circle.
There you go.
Touchdown
Full
round.
circle. Oh, hold on. I think the verdict is in from you, the overlords at YouTube. That is not the word.
YouTube overlord.
They
I don't know, but
they can't censor us on that though. It's not a word.
I don't know about you, but that's our third strike.
I do not believe. I believe that we have just made it official.
Yo, you cannot. The CEO of YouTube, you cannot say that word on here.
YouTube. What did I say?
Yes, but late in that game, a calm coming back.
Former Chicago Fire
For
player.
first goal of the season, first
Yes, first goal.
and just
Exactly.
Very nice. That was good distance.
Pretty
on
good.
that
Very
one.
good,
That was
yeah,
good
yeah.
travel. No crackle in the
There you
voice. No
go.
nothing.
Yeah.
Great.
very
Now we're
good.
getting kicked out of this place.
We'll accept that. Yeah. The people downstairs aren't
Yeah.
happy with
Yeah.
us, but. All
Oh,
right.
God.
Jeez. Hold on. Don't do that. The Padres will come back up.
Juan 1 and Juan 2.
Yeah.
with Cat in the Hat himself. Donald Trump.
Oh,
Oh
man.
dear. All right, this
You-
is
you
slipping
know-
away from us, Nick.
They're
It
out there
is.
building the wall that we paid for, right?
Oh, jeez.
Why?
Jeez.
Why?
Oh man.
Thought we weren't doing that.
Oh,
and now we're doing
man.
that.
Oh man. Oh
We
dear.
lost intern Z.
Jeez.
God damn it, man. God damn it. It's too far, man.
No
God
such
damn it.
thing. No such thing.
Oh, there is on YouTube.
Well, yeah, again, there is on YouTube.
We need like a rules and regulations thing for YouTube. I got to know what I can and
How
cannot
about you
say.
just don't talk anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
Just sit there and look pretty.
Whoever got
Get on
electric
camera.
duct
There you
tape.
go.
Get on camera. Give me luscious. Give me
I'm as
luscious.
far as I'm gonna go.
Who has
Come
electric
here.
tape you can put on his mouth?
Doesn't. I got some duct tape.
That'll work.
That's somewhere. I can go find some. I know where a roll is.
I'll bet you do.
What does that mean?
What is that? Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. You know, you and Jazz and
Come on, man. We're trying not to get
Oh,
kicked
come
out.
on.
We're trying to get kicked out, man.
Come on.
From
So
YouTube
David
and Facebook.
Comm
So David
scored
Comm, yeah, good.
late in the game in stoppage time to take the lead and the victory on the road.
yes,
Which is huge because they don't have a lot of road wins this season.
right.
But they're getting on it. They're getting going when they need to.
Right, and them and the Fire are part of a group of teams that are vying for that 7-8 playoff spot.
Right. They
So
they
the
need
win
every
against
win. To lose at home really sucks.
them. Right.
And they did, thanks to the hands of the Union and their ex-player Comm.
When do they play again?
Well, they actually played Wednesday in what's known as the U.S. Open Cup tournament.
That's another question I have. Why do you stop the friggin' season
Nobody's-
to play for something?
You're not stopping
You're
the
not
season.
stopping the season. It's all in the. It's all within the same season.
It's
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 a
not
bunch of
it's
different
not a
tournaments.
tournament.
I'm so.
It's not a
It's
tournament that is
soccerception.
just for the MLS.
It's a
not for
season
the
within a
professional teams.
season.
Here you go. Here's a compare and contrast.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, this is your thing tonight, isn't it?
I know.
I know.
I know.
All right, college back-
Sound bite that.
I know.
Why not?
Compare and contrast this. In college basketball.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, college basketball. We got the Big Five in Philly.
Yes.
Or the Philly Six, whatever
Big
you want to call
Five.
it. We'll call them the Philly Six. 'cause
Big
I
Five.
hate that. Well, they play their regular season games,
Right.
plus they also have Big Five games
Right.
within their season.
Right.
So the winner of the Big Five tournament or Big Five championship, they win it in season. It's still the same season,
Right.
but it's the same with soccer.
Okay. So this is
This
this will count in the standings.
no.
Well,
Well, then
here's
see,
this.
this is it. Big Five does.
Well, Big Five counts on their overall record.
And the overall record. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Does that count for their overall record for the Union?
no,
No, it does
because
not.
this
Well,
is
there's nothing to do with it.
No,
There's
it's
no
still the same.
Dad,
No, it-
Commish,
It is-
What it
it
is, it's a season within the season, so it's season inception.
Yes,
Bang.
it's a fondalization of the season.
Do I mute his mic now too?
Yeah, you might as well.
All right. Is he done on the show?
You might as well.
But no, it
I
is.
don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
But it's not. It's not a
It's just-
tournament that's just for MLS teams. It's any team in the United States. So
So okay, wait. So basically, they're playing teams that they wouldn't play in the MLS league.
Correct, though.
So
They
then they're
can.
stopping the season to play these games.
No,
the season doesn't pause. It doesn't.
I
anything.
told you,
it's
season within the
in
season.
It's in the schedule.
It's within their schedule.
It does not count. It does not count towards standings or nothing like that.
You know, this is why nobody gives a hang about soccer, because there's so goddamn many stupid rules and things they do.
Oh,
Just play the friggin'
stop.
game.
It's not a hard
Stop.
concept
It's
to
not a
get
hard
down.
concept.
Almighty.
If
It's
you
not
just
a hard-
You know what?
if you just
Who-
stopped acting like that
teams-
guy,
What teams are in the Union division? What other teams are there in the Union's division?
you got two conferences.
Give me the ones in Unions.
In unions?
In Union's conference. Who's in those conference?
In the Union's conference?
Yes.
How many teams you want to know are in the Union's
Let's see. You got Atlanta. You got NYCFC. You got the New York Red Bulls. You got Columbus. You got New England. You got Montreal Impact. You got Chicago. You got Orlando City.
Holy shit.
Toronto and
Like
DC
50
United.
Okay,
It's
now,
like
wait. So,
11 teams.
okay, so there's 11 teams in the conference, not including Union. Union is the 12th team.
There are
Yes.
11. There,
Okay,
yeah.
there's 12 altogether.
There's 11
Now,
altogether.
during
There's
this-
11 total.
What's this thing called that they're playing right
the
now?
U.S. Open
The
Cup.
U.S. Open.
U.S. Open Cup. Now, will they play another team within their division in the U.S. Open Cup?
They just
They
beat
can.
Orlando.
They just beat Orlando.
Okay, then that was in the U.S. Open Cup.
Yes.
But that does not count against their division foe.
No.
Correct.
Does
so
not.
it has no bearing on the season whatsoever.
No.
No. It counts. It counts.
Do you guys see where I'm going with this?
No.
It has
No.
nothing to do with the MLS season.
No.
No.
It doesn't.
So then why play the friggin' thing right smack dab in the middle of the season?
Because
Why
that's
not
the
wait
way-
till the season's over and then the teams that don't make it to the playoffs
Because-
play in these godforsaken
What's the one thing you
playoffs?
complain about?
There's too many goddamn games.
Right. So why would you wait till the season's over
to play-
to then
Because
play another
There'll
tournament?
be same amount of games.
But it's not just MLS teams.
It's the other pro teams.
The other pro teams.
other
It's
pro
the minor
leagues.
leagues.
It's
It's
the-
everything playing.
Dumbest
Toward-
goddamn league ever.
Towards the
Makes
end.
no freaking sense.
Towards
this
the
is why this game
Shut up!
stay over in Europe. No one gives a hang here.
No,
Who
what are you
cares?
talking about? Sean, you're ridiculous.
Almighty.
You're ridiculous. You know that.
You were insane.
You are insane.
You're
What-
playing a tournament.
You're playing a league.
in the
okay?
middle of your season. In the middle of the season, let's just stop the season and play the tournament.
Nobody's stopping the
nobody's-
season.
But
How
they're-
is the season
Because
stopping?
they're not playing any games against their
Hold on a
the
second.
rest
How
of the
many
league.
games do they play a week?
I don't know, 604.
No.
Who cares?
They play one league game a week. Those
Possibly
other-
two.
Why's my mic off, by the way?
That's still on.
Oh, it sounds like it's off.
No, it's still going.
How many games a week? 604.
It's like, come on. They play one league game a week.
1 to 2 league games a
One-
week. This is usually on a Wednesday night. It does not interrupt the season.
Season?
The season does not pause, does not stop. You play. It looks different because by the time you get to the end of the tournament, where they're at, they are only playing MLS teams because the other teams are not good enough to compete with the MLS
Okay,
teams.
so,
But they have
okay,
a shot
so-
to win this cup.
all right, cool. Now, getting back.
He's so confused right now.
I am. I'm freaking lost.
Because he's just being
All
that.
right,
He's,
so-
he's being that
Hey,
guy.
Yeah, he is being that guy.
You know what?
All right.
I'm trying to make a point
This is
here.
this is
and
like
you're
saying
calling me
like
that guy.
But you keep saying they pause the season to play these games. They
Nobody's
don't pause
paused
the
the
season.
season.
Okay, so the Union normally play how many games a week? Normally, on a normal schedule.
One.
One. So now they're
Maybe
playing two, right?
Right.
So they're taking away an off day to play these games that mean nothing.
They do mean something.
What do they mean? They're not part of their league.
The
They're-
Open Cup
they're-
is
the
a
Open
huge
Cup is
trophy.
a huge tournament.
That's a huge
For
trophy.
who?
It's a major tournament.
Are they getting
It's-
any? Are they getting any extra money out of it?
Possibly.
You have no idea, do you?
I
Then
do.
why friggin' play?
Because it's a trophy to win.
That's a major
it's a ma-
trophy
it's
to
the
put-
third
to
ma-
put in the-
856-330-4749. Somebody call and explain it to me because this makes no goddamn sense.
How does it not
Play the
make
freaking league or don't.
You're playing the league,
But no
you're playing
tournament in the middle of the league.
There can't
Wait a
be.
minute.
Why
Let's
not?
Stop the league.
Nobody's stopping the league. Fuck, nobody's
We
stopping
gotta
the
play
league.
this tournament. That means exactly squad.
It means something.
What do you mean squat? How does
This
it
is
mean
a tro-
squat?
This is a trophy that's
It's a
been
major
This
trophy
is
that
a
is.
trophy that's been handed out
Way to
for
go.
70 fucking years.
Did you say the F word?
Yes, I did.
Good.
It is.
Holy crap.
This U.S.
Man.
Open trophy was like the biggest
put it on
soccer
the
trophy
microphone.
in the country for 50 years. It didn't mean anything.
what country?
In this country.
I never heard of it till
Because you're not a
14
soccer
minutes ago.
You're not a soccer guy. But before the MLS took over and before the NASL played, this was the big soccer trophy going back into the 20s.
And who
30s.
played in this league?
Every freaking
Every team.
soccer, every
If you
team,
have a team.
you can play in
That's
this
why it
tournament.
looks- that's why I
That's
told
why
you.
it's called the
Wait a minute.
Open. You know, like the
So
British.
wait,
Hold
wait.
on, no.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold
My
on,
stomach
hold on,
hurts.
Mr. Golf
My
guy.
stomach hurts.
Mr. Golf guy, Mr. Golf. What's the U.S. Open
can't
in golf? Can anybody play in the U.S. Open?
Yes, it's open.
It's an open
Oh,
tournament.
God.
So
But
So
you've
the
gotta
U.S.
but you got to qualify.
So these soccer teams qualify
I don't know.
for the
So wait a
U.S.
minute.
Open.
So why'd you walk down to People's Pizza, get 11 guys in for a
11
soccer
guys
team,
playing
and try and play this cup?
playing a certified league.
We're not
You can
sponsored.
play the league.
And play in this U.S. Open tournament. Yes.
I can't breathe. I'm too busy.
Son of a bitch.
Wow.
I wanna say-
856-330-4749. We got to take a break.
You think?
Zach's probably got to go to the bathroom and do something. When we come back, what are we discussing, Nick?
I don't even know anymore. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
You trying to figure out. I'm just sitting
I'm
here
still
minding my own
lost.
business.
Well, I think we're supposed to be talking about another open tournament.
We are, aren't we? I
Oh,
don't
we
think that's
are.
happening anymore.
Oh,
We'll see.
The British Open golf. That's it.
All right, we'll be right back.
This is Rob C., the instigator, and you're listening to The Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Broadcast media is all around you, and it's the people with media skills who work in this amazing industry. How do you gain those skills? The Philadelphia area campus of Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Affordable training in months, not years, without decades of debt. 1-800-TV-RADIO or GoCSB.com.
I am the commish.
And I'm Rob C., the instigator.
Nikki Cola over here.
And we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new sports talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
And we're back with the final segment of the Joy Buzzer. You know,
Everybody cooled down now.
How slow is this YouTube live thing? Because they just got on. We'll be right back. And that was like a 2-minute commercial break, right?
What do you mean we? That's all me.
Wow. Can we call him that guy?
No, well, we're not going. We are not. We're not jumping back to that.
It is Nikki's Joy Buzzer after all.
Damn right.
All right, in this final segment, we got a few things to discuss. Number one, we're going to kick off with the NBA.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we do have.
Can anybody play in that league?
No. Sorry, Nick, you're too short.
Oh, glad you didn't say because I was white.
Racist.
Yeah.
So
Come from the one who said a Juan 2 and a Juan 3.
So the big news is that the Sixers got screwed again out of another big stud
Yes.
player.
I'm upset. I wanted Kawhi Leonard. I
It would have been nice to have him.
Really wanted Kawhi. You know what?
Where did he end up?
He ended up in Toronto.
Oh.
The Spurs traded
The-
him
the-
and
DeRozan, right?
him for DeRozan, but there are other players involved. But the main thing was him and DeRozan.
I think-
And Toronto, or I'm sorry, San Antonio got a draft pick. And some other guy. And it doesn't really matter that we just did not get
Right.
Who we wanted.
Kawhi Leonard,
Right.
who I know I wanted. I know would have made this Sixers team a lot better.
Sounds like a lot of people wanted him.
He's a real he's probably the best two-way player in basketball.
Yeah, he could play
Right.
defense and offense.
Yeah.
like crazy.
But
So
can he handle a three-way?
You'll have to ask him. You'll have to ask him.
He's not in Philly, so I can't ask him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
And he's a proven winner. He's won a championship.
He's won a
with San Antonio,
championship, right?
Where he was the difference in that championship series.
Yes. And which
Chess.
bugs me the most is when you asked him
What grinds your gears?
when he was asked what team in the East do you want to go for, he flat out said the only team in the East I will play for is Philly. So we all got our hopes up again.
So what happened?
I don't know
Right.
what was offered to San Antonio. I know they offered him something along the lines of Dario Saric and maybe Covington and a draft pick, and apparently that was not enough, although that's pretty much what they end up getting from Toronto. But they got a better player in DeRozan, although I don't think he's a better player.
He had a
He had a
great
good
year this
regular
past year.
season.
Yeah,
But look at his playoff stats coming up
they
small.
were they were terrible in the
came up
playoff.
small.
Yeah.
Well, they always come up small in the playoffs because they were going up against Cleveland and LeBron. And they just couldn't get past that.
Yeah, you're not going to hurl that.
Yeah, you're not. And I don't know. I had heard different rumors of what the Sixers were offering. I had heard that there was any sort of combination of Markelle Fultz or Dario Saric and something other pieces. And I had heard that San Antonio was offering, give us Embiid and Simmons and we'll give you, which is like, Popovich. If I was Brett Brown, I'd be like, what are you smoking, Mr. Popovich?
When this offseason started, they even said Fultz, Simmons, and Embiid are completely off the trade block.
Well, you know what? You're not doing your job as a GM if you don't ask for the team's best player. You're just not. That's got to be your, that's your first question.
You have to do that.
Is this guy available? It's the first question.
Yeah.
Whether the other GM laughs his ass off, that's up to him. But I mean, that's got to be your first question.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, of course, Popovich knew that he would ask for Embiid and Simmons and
Brett Brown would his old
running buddy,
his old water boy, his old
his
altar boy,
protege,
strong and straight,
strong and straight,
just altar boy,
strong and straight.
It's bloody.
Intern Z.
We got some people asking about NFL talk.
We're getting there. I saw that, and it's coming up. Give me a minute.
Giants suck.
I saw that.
Right, well, that's why I want to talk about the Giants.
I saw that.
I'm not done NBA yet. Give me a minute.
Uh-oh. We're going to fire him up again.
I'm just calming down, and you're getting wired up again.
We know he's not hangry.
He's not hangry?
After that cheesesteak.
I think that cheesesteak.
Yeah, we passed that this week. That was last week's issue.
Oh, yeah, do that on camera. Come on. Rub that Buddha. I'm right with you.
Oh, man. So, apparently today.
Yep.
Today, there was a lot of moves. And yesterday. Last night and today. Oklahoma City traded Carmelo Anthony to Atlanta.
Oh.
Is he worth even a bag of marshmallows?
He's going to be waived anyway.
Right. Well, hang on. Here's the deal. It was Carmelo Anthony and Muscala. Mike Muscala?
And me.
Yeah.
And
I was in that trade.
And Squid was there too, yeah. And Atlanta gave up a pretty decent player.
Yeah.
And intern Z. And then the Sixers got involved and said, hey, wait a minute, let us take Muscala, and we're going to throw Justin Anderson in Atlanta, and we're going to throw Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot to San Antonio or to Oklahoma. Okay, that's great. So that all happened, and Atlanta's going to say, wait a minute, we're not taking Carmelo Anthony.
No.
Screw that.
No.
He's making $27 million.
And he doesn't want to play here anyway.
But Atlanta is going to waive Carmelo Anthony and pay him $27 million.
Yep.
That's
so basically they're paying Carmelo Anthony not to play with Atlanta,
to go away,
right? To shoot.
So they're gonna wave at him and pay him $27,000,
$27 million. And now Carmelo's probably going to go sign with Houston.
Yeah.
Not that anybody cares because his best days are over.
I was going to say
all
that's
he
what
does is
what I
shoot
mean.
now. That's
Is
all
he
he does.
worth anything
he
right
never
now?
played defense ever.
He can't play defense.
So how?
He's
like,
terrible.
They were expecting people to trade their best players for him.
That's just it. Houston, and they showed that last year. Houston, their whole game with Mike D'Antonio is we're going to outscore you.
Yep.
Okay.
We may stop you here and there, but we're going to outscore you.
Chris Paul can't play defense. I'm sorry.
I've never seen Harden play a lick of defense in my life.
Harden plays a little bit of defense.
Harden
tiny
can
bit.
play defense.
Tiny bit.
Never saw
Not a lot, but he plays
He
a
can
little
play.
bit. And Carmelo Anthony
can play
just has
defense.
no
And
defense
the one
at
guy
all.
who did play defense, signed with Phoenix, that Capella kid.
Yeah. They got
So-
rid of him
The
easily.
acapella kid?
I think his name might be.
Yeah.
First name's last name's Capella.
Yeah.
So, Houston's going to get worse, which is always a good thing because I hate Houston. I can't stand James Harden. But
I like James Harden.
so this afternoon, the Eagles are going to say the Sixers
Yeah, there it is.
signed
Football talk.
last year's second-round pick. I can't think of the kid's name offhand. That's terrible.
That helps.
I just can't. That's just awful.
Way to go, Commish.
But to make room for him, they had to get rid of somebody. So basically, they said to Phoenix, "We're going to give you Rashad Holmes
for $1 million.
Why don't you give us a bag of Doritos?" And Phoenix said, "Okay."
Wait, was it
Really?
the spicy hot ones though?
Hold on. We gave up
What
on
kind was
Rashad
it? What
Holmes.
kind was
Rashad Holmes is a Phoenix
It was
son.
it was
Oh,
it was nacho
jeez.
it was nacho cheese. It wasn't. It's not
That's a
that
nacho
good.
cheese.
It's
It
not,
was
it's
the
not a
one that
great one.
the little man did on what's his name, Peter Dinklage, was doing on a Super Bowl commercial. Wasn't that the Dorito one he was talking?
Wasn't that Sprite?
I don't know.
Wasn't that Sprite Zero the one with
you know what? I was trying to make
Morgan
a joke.
Freeman
and it
too?
Here,
Yeah, way to go.
I'm the worst.
you know,
we know.
Brett Brown must think that
Brown.
good bench players just fall off the trees.
I think you're right.
Because I like Rashawn Holmes off the bench.
So do I.
Yeah,
Oh,
off the
wait,
bench, he was spectacular.
I forgot one more move they made.
Yes.
They traded. God only knows. Gerard Bayless.
That helps.
Oh, thank
blew-
God. Thank God.
But wait a minute. They got Kyle Korver.
I don't understand
the same
that at
player?
all.
Explain that to me, please.
Especially if they re-signed
J.J. Redick.
J.J. Redick.
They're the same player.
Same exact player.
They're the. I don't understand that at all.
Oh,
I think
man.
So we got a backup.
it just seems to me that Brett Brown's making moves just to make moves.
Yeah.
I don't see how we got any better. We got better because we got rid of Bayless, who was awful.
Yeah.
Who was just terrible.
Like halfway through the season, I'm like, why is this guy still on the team?
But let's sign a 37-year-old man in Kyle Korver, who his big
did it.
asset was to hit 3-pointers and didn't do that down the stretch for Cleveland last year.
Yeah.
So someone's got to explain that to me. I don't get it. I don't like
Maybe
it.
his experience could probably help out. I don't know what his thinking, but maybe his experience of being in the league for a long time could probably, help the youngins, or I don't know.
No,
The
he's
youngins-
not.
the
I don't think
youngsters.
Kyle
Yeah,
Korver
youngsters.
has ever been traded for his leadership skills.
You got that right.
I don't think he's a. I don't think he's a guy you bring in.
Again, it's just I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know what Brett Brown's thinking. I don't know.
Well, when you throw it out, make sure it hits a trash can because that's all it is.
It's just where they
Was that the joke from a couple minutes ago that just landed?
No, I don't know. Korver's garbage. Muscala, he's okay. You know,
Just okay.
I don't see why they signed him if they re-signed Amir Johnson.
Did the team get better or worse with all these moves?
Yes.
Fair enough. I'll accept that answer.
I'm going to say they went.
I want to say
the
they went
same.
worse. I would say they went worse.
No, because you know what? Really, what did they give up?
They didn't get it with two best stars. That's what you're thinking.
They didn't give up anybody. Justin Anderson stunk.
I no. I'm not talking about him.
TLC, I thought he had a future. Obviously, he didn't.
I think he had a good.
Rashard
he
Holmes
disappeared on that bench for half a season.
Exactly. He actually they sent him back down to the G League for a couple
I wish they
weeks.
would have. I wish they would have re-signed Marco Bellinelli, but he
Bellinelli.
That's what I've heard about. Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to go get my Bellinelli jersey.
Yeah, he
and I
signed
couldn't do it.
somewhere else.
So you know what? No.
Why?
Because again, no defense. Boston
None.
lit him up in the playoffs.
He was there.
They really showed his deficiencies as well as Iersani Ilyasova, who's now a Milwaukee Bucks.
His name is Bellinelli.
Ah,
Who
come
cares?
on, I got a better name.
He gonna have to play a defense.
Hey, I
right.
saw him down at People's Pizza.
No,
Wow.
no, senor. You did not see him at the People's Pizza.
You saw breakfast over there.
You did not see.
Wow. All right.
Breakfast.
You saw that in Swifty over there. Swifty was over there.
So the Sixers, they got no better, but they got no worse. They're pretty much going to be the same.
So the exact
Which I
same.
think,
Good or bad?
I think they're actually going to be better this year, only because the young
LeBron's in the
guys got
West.
young guys got a year older.
Well, they got playoff experience too.
Right.
So they know what to see when they
Which
go
helps.
when they make it back to the
I
playoffs
hope
this year.
Fultz works on something, because I didn't see much.
He
this
could
year.
only go up, right?
Right.
Because his free throw, oh my God, that was terrible.
Yeah.
It was like,
Hopefully he's getting better.
How was that?
I don't know. I see what Rob sees computers up, and I'm really getting nervous.
What?
What?
There's nothing there.
it's
Okay.
midget porn.
There's no midget porn there.
No.
Midget stripper, I mean.
I was expecting a song that I don't want to hear.
No, there's no song.
Oh, the duck song?
Waddle.
Jaguars theme song?
Oh, I can't wait to get that new program, Nick.
Oh.
That's on a board.
Oh, my ears are already bleeding.
Already got a slot for that one.
Already have that's a whole new
Okay.
soundboard.
So what's this guy's name? Bob's Burger wants to talk about the NFL, the freaking Giants. Are you kidding me?
Giants.
Are you kidding me?
Why would you want to talk
What?
about the Giants?
The Giants? As long as you got Forrest Gump as your quarterback, you might as well just shut the hell up and take what the Eagles give you.
Take what the Eagles give you.
Yes, because the Eagles are going to kick their
forceful.
ass.
That is
Forceful.
This guy was nice enough to hit us up on our.
And
our
hey,
chat
we appreciate
board.
you listening. But don't talk Giants. Just don't. Don't do it.
Well, besides the fact that the Giants suck. Oh no. Well, if you're going to talk about the Giants, the only thing you need to talk about is the fact that they now have
Saquon.
Barkley.
I'm telling you, he is the greatest
What?
running back I've ever seen in my life.
He's going to torture us for the
He's
next
gonna
10
torture
years.
us for the next
Yes,
10 years.
like
Twice a
I've never,
year.
I've never seen a running back
Twice a
elusive as he
year
is,
for the next
strong as he
decade.
is, fast as he is. I've
Yeah, but
never
our
seen a running
our
back
run
this good.
defense was great this season.
Yeah.
Nick, let the intern finish.
But
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, like he,
Good intern,
like,
Z.
like him as a whole, as a running back, is like a freak of nature. He really is.
He said hole.
He filled every hole, man.
He fills every
He
hole.
fills every hole.
He fills every hole.
Fills every hole.
That's a team player.
That's a team player. Right.
Exactly.
Group hug in the shower tonight. But
So-
our
so-
run defense is good though.
And they still have Odell, right? Do they still have
Yup,
Odell?
yeah,
Yes.
they do.
Oh yeah,
Don't-
that was all rumors that he was going, he was leaving. They
Yeah.
didn't want him, and
They wanted. They,
So-
was the
Odell
owner or
wanted.
somebody
Odell
came
wanted
out?
him.
But do they have a head coach now in New York?
Yes.
yeah, don't
in
they
the
have
Giants.
the porn stash guy still?
No,
Mac-
Pornstash
Oh,
is
McAdoo's
gone.
gone?
McAdoo's
Pornstash is
gone.
He
Oh.
gone.
He didn't finish the season.
But he was
gone.
fun. I liked him.
That's right. He came out and said the Eagles are going to suck anyway. So.
Yeah.
He said the Eagles are going to
He
suck?
said the Eagles are going to suck.
This
you know,
past season.
The unemployment guy is saying the Eagles are going to suck. The team that kicked his ass and pretty much cost him his job says the Eagles are going to suck.
Well,
I think
we can expect some of these teams in our division. They're going to be gunning for us now.
Sure.
Including the Giants.
Sure.
And remember,
Oh,
They have to be.
Yeah, if they're
as
not,
much
they're
as I hate them, it took a 60-some-odd yard field goal at home to beat them last year.
Yeah, it did.
So,
But you know what?
We went up to the Meadowlands.
You know what? When you look at the score, it
That
says
was-
17-14 Eagles or 27-24 Eagles.
Yeah, I
whatever
was
the
to
final
say it
score
wasn't
Is that what it said?
17-14. It was a lot.
So,
that was early in the season,
what's
though,
Bob's
wasn't it?
Burger saying here? One Super Bowl and the Eagles think they have a real team. Yes.
Wait,
Wait, it's the
you know
only
what?
Super Bowl that
right
matters.
now, before
It
going
was-
back into ancient history, before we jump back into the Wayback Machine there.
Yeah, come on.
And
Come
We
on,
do- I
come
love
on,
the
yeah.
YouTube war going on right now in our chat line.
Let's go back into ancient history.
I thought the entry is teletype.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But this was future. The other one was history.
Yeah, you're right.
Son of a-
Who gave him the soundboard?
You did.
That wasn't me. He stole it.
Wow.
All right.
That's racist.
I heard somebody.
You
Wow.
having the Puerto Rican guys
There we
still-
go.
There we go.
There it is.
We'll go back in time.
There we go. But there's only one Super Bowl that matters. It's
The
this one that's
last
just
one.
passed.
Right.
And the Eagles are champs. And what did the Giants go this year? All right, they went 4-12.
Are they going to be better this year? Let's.
I
help
want
them
to say
out.
they will.
Who,
I wanna
Giants
say
or
they
Eagles?
will.
Think
Are
they
the
have
Giants
to
going to be
be.
better?
I want to
they
say
have
they're
to
better.
be.
I
Oh,
wanna say they
with
will.
Barkley, yeah, absolutely.
How do you get worse?
Are they going to now focus on the running game? How are
They
they going
have
to
to.
implement Barkley? Because that's a
But
weapon.
again,
that you
Barkley,
can use.
Barkley can.
As a weapon.
Wacky.
Barkley
Google
can,
what's a weapon.
Go ahead, intern.
Barkley can catch out of the backfield. So if they're not going to stick with the run game, which I think they should, and they're just going to stick with the pass game, Barkley can catch.
So how many touches is he going to get this rookie season?
This rookie season?
This rookie season
All
Are you
of them.
talking about like?
per game. Now are the Giants going to entrust their entire?
I think they're gonna.
offense
I think they're
to
gonna take
Saquon
it slow with him. I think they're gonna start at least 15 carries a game with him.
He said take it slow with him.
I want to say 15 carries a game with him.
15 carries or 15 touches?
15 carries.
15 hard carries. How many catches out the backfield do you think? How many total plays? is he
Jesus
gonna-
Christ, man.
He said hard.
Wait, hard. We're trying to help. What's his name, John? Help
Bob's
talk-
Burgers.
Giants- Oh,
Bob's
Bo- oh, it's
Burgers.
Bob's.
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Bobby.
I
Hey,
think
Bobby.
this is a true test when you have a real weapon like Barkley.
Weapon?
Yes,
Weapon?
Weapon. In the backfield like Barkley. If you mess this up, then that just means the Giants as a whole are just idiots.
Here is the Giants' problem this year. They have no O-line. Their
Yeah.
offensive
Again.
line is
But that's
in
what
trouble.
That's
That's
the
what I
one-
said.
that's
They
the
have a
one-
huge.
So, yeah.
They have a running back, but is he really going to torch everyone when he has to block for himself?
He will because he's quick enough and he's elusive enough and he's strong enough that
Oh,
he
yeah.
can take on, linebackers and linemen and still get out of their grasp.
So
whatever.
is that a Marshawn Lynch then? The way he
No,
runs over
he's
people?
lots
Saquon
faster
is
than
not
Marshawn.
he
Lynch.
can.
He can run
He
over
won't
people.
have to.
Yeah.
You don't even with the
No.
bad
He's
offensive
fast
line.
enough to run around them.
He's fast. He's strong. Like
Okay.
I'm telling you, he's an all-around back. I'm telling you, he's all-around back.
You want him all around your back?
No. You always gotta make it
I-
gay, man. You always gotta make it gay.
What's wrong with
What?
that?
What?
Strong and straight.
So hopefully we answered Bob's question about the New York Foosball Giants there.
I just want to say, and I know Zach did research on this. What are the teams that are in camp
Right now.
right now?
Right, meow?
There's probably
Meow.
at least 6 teams. Right?
So
Intern
we
Z.
got Baltimore in camp right now, Chicago in camp right now, Detroit in camp right now. We have Jacksonville in camp right now, Miami in camp right now, New Orleans in camp right now, and that's it.
So all these teams are in camp right now.
Yes.
So all these teams are practicing right now. Is that what I'm
Yes.
hearing?
In fact, Baltimore and Chicago play in the Hall of Fame game,
Which is the official start.
which is the official start.
Honestly,
so they
for
get
me-
the extra week of practice. So they've been practicing for a while.
Yes.
Right.
They started their camp already.
Yes.
And these other teams started within the last 2-3 days.
So for me, Sean,
Yes, Rob.
the NFL, for me in the old days, football talk didn't start till the Hall of Fame game.
True.
But now you got it's like
It's
football's all year round.
24/7. Yeah, it's 24/7.
How do you
what?
feel about that?
I love it. I love football. You know,
No.
most of us in here,
That American
you
football.
know,
Ugh.
are football guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, real football.
But can you ingest it for a whole year? Because honestly, I love football. I can't stand.
I see where he's
all-
going.
I
here.
see where
all
he's
this
going
stuff.
with
I see where
this
he's going
too.
here.
I can't stand like all this.
Well,
stuff
you know what? Suck it up.
Until the until the Hall of Fame
Because
game.
you know what? Because at least in the
It's
middle of this year,
practice,
they're not
right?
going to stop and say, "Hey, wait a minute, you over there, why don't you come in and play us? We'll stop the season for a minute. You play us, and we'll call it the Fag Cup." I don't know what the hell you called it.
Wow.
I don't think you can say that
Yeah.
either.
Wow.
That's 2 strikes.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think so.
I apologize, you two people.
Wow.
Calm
You
down.
know,
Jesus
Yellow
Christ.
card.
Stop
That's a
bringing up
red.
soccer.
That's a
Please.
straight red card.
Stop
on that one.
That is a
bringing
straight
up
red
soccer.
card. That's a straight
If
red
you
card.
keep bringing up soccer, we won't be able to talk.
We're going to put a nail in this. They don't stop the season. Over.
But it's still practice, right? We're still talking about practice.
we're talking about practice, not a
We're talking
game,
about
not a
We're talking about
game,
games,
not a
right?
game.
We're still
We're
talking
talking
about
about practice.
So when
sounds
do we
familiar.
really need to start talking about football?
Labor Day.
Opening
Now.
season?
Now.
Or that next to last
Well, here's
preseason?
Right
the
now.
thing. We learned today there is exactly 48 days until the Eagles kick off their season.
Yep.
Okay.
We're
That's
48 days away from the
Month and
Eagles
a half.
playing the Falcons on Thursday.
So we really don't need
And
to talk about it
opening
for
up
40 days?
that
Is that
Super
what
Bowl
I'm saying?
champ banner right in the Lincoln
Well,
Financial Field.
we'll probably have to be before that because we're going to be discussing fantasy football soon because we're all in a fantasy league.
That's
Yeah.
right.
One or
We
two.
are?
We are. So
did
we're
that
going
happen?
to be
With a-
discussing that.
And there's a fantasy football champion sitting in this
There
room
is
right
actually
now.
there's 3 former champions in this room right now.
Not former. There's a current.
There's a
champ,
current?
which like Bob's Burgers. All right. There's only one current champion.
Yes, there is.
Mr. Bob's Burgers.
So
Yes,
can
there
I
is.
be the
And
pass?
I know what Nick's gonna say.
I'm going to be the
He's-
pass
I know
guy.
what Nick's gonna
who
say.
Who
is
has
the
the
New
most?
York.
There
yeah,
you go.
He's Mr. New York
Right,
Giant.
there's
of
your
fantasy
there's your
football.
giant
There-
fan-
there's
right.
your, there's
Who
your,
has the most?
There's your
Right.
giant of fantasy.
I haven't won in
football.
5 years, but I've won twice.
Oh, I've been. Okay. So
Here we
five.
go. Here we go. Go
Here we
ahead.
go.
Go
Here
ahead.
we
Nick.
go.
Let me
Come
get
on,
this.
Nick.
go.
Come on, Squid.
Let me get this off my chest.
Go ahead.
So 5
There's
years.
not much there to get off.
5 years of this league, and I've been in 4 championship games. Where the hell's everyone else?
I was waiting for it.
That was actually on time.
That was perfect.
That was on
Very
time.
nice of
That
them,
was
very
good.
nice of them. I'm just
So-
saying, where's everyone else?
So we'll be discussing football.
But there's only one that matters, Nick.
Exactly.
There's only one that matters.
Who won number 1 though?
Who won?
I would say
Who's
I
the
would say
champ?
I would say number 1 and the current are the only 2 that matter.
Who's the champ? That's all that
Whoa,
matters.
wait. Number one.
Who's
and
got more
current?
belts?
Excuse me. I was the champion last year.
That's not current.
Sure thing, Staubach. Sure thing, Emmett. That might as well have been 20
Hey.
years ago.
Hey,
Wow.
you don't want to
Hey,
start this.
Dallas.
You don't want to start this. You don't want to
Something-
start this.
What up, Dallas?
Something both us and Bob can agree
Hey,
on.
mister, you didn't even pick your team.
It doesn't matter. I GM'd them to the
You didn't even
greatest-
pick your
I-
team.
I GM'd
You
them.
didn't even pick your team.
I GM'd them to the greatest
You know who
fantasy
picked your
football
team? You know you
champion.
picked your team.
A
Shame picked your team.
By the way,
Which he's not allowed to play 'cause
We're
he
going to
picked a
try
good
and
team.
have the draft on a Saturday night this year.
Why?
Just so-
We're not
'cause-
talking about this
Just
yet.
so he can make it. Just let you know that. Because I'm tired of him not picking his team.
And winning championships.
So damn
Shut
it,
up,
he's
you.
going to pick
This
it.
is a conversation off the air. You just
No,
know
it's
that,
not.
right?
It's a fantasy. It's just
a
if there's anybody out
fantasy.
there who's also into fantasy football, they can give us a call.
Yeah. What's the number?
856-330-4749.
I
Yes.
still haven't been watching for that light to go off. I apologize if anybody's called.
They're probably getting a message. Go see it. Going right
Thank
to
you
the
for calling
voice.
the Connecticut
know,
School of
It's
Broadcasting
going
in
right
Cherry
to
Hill,
vo-
New Jersey.
It's going right to voice.
I was going to say something, but I can't bring
You
myself to
can't.
I can't do
No,
it.
you're not allowed to talk anymore.
I can't do it.
Yeah, you already got 2
No,
strikes on
I was
yourself.
thinking about someone who was going to call, but I can't do it.
What? I can't hear you. Yeah, okay.
Of course, they saw it on the camera, but that's okay.
It's
So more
okay,
pro
that's
football
all
talk here.
right.
So when do the Eagles start camp, guys?
25th.
Wednesday.
Nice.
This Wednesday.
This
So-
Wednesday?
25th.
So what's the big news going into camp?
Because Carson Wentz
They're
will
the
be ready.
champs.
Is,
the big news.
Is that the big news?
the big news.
That too.
It's the first time in Eagle history they're going into the
Training
camp as the reigning Super Bowl champion.
Okay. So what does this team
Okay.
during practice? During practice that first week, what's the big news story that first week of practice?
Everything's on Carson Wentz.
That everybody knows how to tie their socks.
Yeah, but
that
the problem
the
with
flower goes to the front.
but see what the problem with that
Heart
is.
to the front, big guy.
I'm sure there's a lot of people on the
Flowers in
team
the
that don't know how to tie their socks.
Right.
That's the issue.
All right. Yeah, football starts. Technically, it started already.
Technically.
And I can't wait. We're all football fans in here, and it's going to be a great season.
That's right.
You know?
I can't wait to get all that sweaty footage of practice.
Practice.
I hated football practice.
I did too. I don't miss it.
Yeah?
And it used to be worse with the two-a-days.
Yeah. Before school and after school.
Oh, I know.
It's awful.
God forbid you practice something to get it better, or you work up a sweat.
You pratted? What's a pratted?
I didn't pratted it.
Hey. He had a lot of
Replay it.
weapons. He had a lot of weapons.
I had a lot of weapons on that
He
one.
had a lot of weapons.
I thought we were moving
All right,
on.
now we're going to discuss the one thing Rob C. can't wait to talk about. The Open Championship in Carnoustie,
Who?
Scotland.
Bless you.
Is that where it's at this year?
That's where it is this year. And at last check, an American was atop the leaderboard, which is always a good thing.
Can he qualify for that? Or can he play whatever?
It's open,
Oh.
but you have to qualify.
And now, hold on.
Same
Are
concept.
there other tournaments going on as the British Open is being played?
No.
Are you sure of that?
No, I'm not.
I see what you're trying to do there, but it
I
didn't
think
work
there's a
out.
female tournament going on,
Well, that
which
would
is
be
the equivalent.
That would be a tournament.
Which is
And I'm
equivalent
sure
to a
there's
soccer
other-
tournament.
And I'm sure there's other PGA players that aren't playing in the Open. Are they playing in another tournament?
They probably are. I think somewhere in Saskatchewan, maybe.
Saskatchewan.
Or
So you're trying to
Schenectady?
say
I'm
that
from Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
I'm from Saskatchewan. Oh, Caesar.
How's everything? I feel like this whole show is going back to grown-ups. Not the first one.
Because we're not acting like
and
them,
the
that's
second
for
one. We're grown-ups. We're not mature.
Yo, Peterson, take it easy. We can't read all these freaking letters. They're so goddamn small. Take it easy. Write small. Write quick. Don't give me these 14-line sentences here.
Should I
I'm sure you got a lot to say, and I bet it's good, but I can't read the damn thing. And I'm waiting for Rob to come up with his joke.
What joke?
I don't know. You were going somewhere.
I go no joke. I was
No
just,
joke?
I was just
I
making
go-
a
I go
point.
no joke.
Okay.
I got
Hey,
no joke.
No joke.
I was just saying.
It's
There's,
about Bellinelli with no joke.
this is the British show. I was just saying. There's probably other tournaments going on.
There
where-
is of the crappy players who didn't make it.
of other PGA right tournament
Crappy
pros.
players who didn't qualify.
Tournament pros that aren't playing in the British Open. Yes.
Yeah, I think there is.
I
think
told
there
you.
is.
He's that guy.
He's
Yeah,
that
he's
guy.
that guy. I'm just.
But you know what?
Goddamn
That other
guy.
tournament, they didn't stop the other tournament in the middle of it and say, hey, wait a minute, you four,
Oh, hold
you
on.
go over here and play that tournament, and then come
mean
back
they
and play
didn't-
this tournament
Isn't the nature of all the tournaments that they play them Thursday through Sunday?
to get paid,
Okay.
What do you
I'm
mean?
to
just
make
saying.
money,
What does
which
that-
they're not making in this one you're talking about.
What's
Yeah,
that
what's
mean to
the
get
other one?
paid?
You got to win. You got to well, not when you got to qualify. You got to make it through the weekend.
What do you mean to get? They played Wednesday, Thursday to get paid. What the hell does that mean?
Who? What?
Who?
You.
What?
What?
When?
I said that the tournaments go from Thursday through Sunday.
Oh,
Right.
you said to get paid.
Yeah, you don't get paid if you don't make it to the weekend. If you miss the cut, you don't get paid.
Why don't we talk about the flag football game?
No,
I'm
let's
confused.
not. Let's not.
I have no
So
idea.
as
what
I
you're
was
talking
saying,
So who's the leader
Tiger
of the-
Woods. Tiger Woods shot an even par 71. Played pretty well. Never pulled his drive. I think he pulled his driver out once.
Yeah, he pulled his
on,
groin.
on the 36 holes. He
the hell was that?
he came in with a. It was Zach trying
We
to.
got
be
a
funny.
Harley in here.
Tiger came in with a game plan and he stuck to his plan and never pulled a driver. He pulled long irons all the time because of Carnousties rough. It's tough over there. It's links golf, and if anybody's ever
Right.
played links golf, you know it's way more difficult than the
So
golf
there's
they
a lot
play
of
here.
grass in links golf, right?
A lot of rough.
A lot of rough.
A lot of rough.
So is there a lot of those in the rough?
At nighttime, I'm sure there is.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Golf clap.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm going to take that as you like me.
So is Tiger Woods even anything anymore, or is he just a name for golf?
You know, I want to say he's somebody, but right now,
Is he working his way back, Sean?
I used to think he was, but now I'm just thinking maybe he's just going to be mediocre for the rest of his career because he's just not.
When's he going on the senior
He,
ticket?
he's got years. He's only 42, so he's got 8 years. Can't join that till you're 50. I don't know. I like.
So, hold
I'm
on.
hoping he plays better, and I'm hoping he's in contention, but
So
I just don't. See
riddle
it.
me this: if he's on
Okay,
this,
Batman.
if he's on the senior tour, on
Right.
the senior tour,
Right.
can he still play on the regular tour as a PGA player?
If he has an exemption to where he's allowed to play, like the players have when they win that tournament, they have exemptions. You know, so obviously the major, since Tiger has won 14 of them, he can play in them. But something like the Buick Open in Schenectady, he probably does not have exemption for, so he can't play in that. Are you reading the rules right now?
No. I'm just trying to find a good version of the leaderboard.
Bullshit.
He's trying to read something to keep him awake. That's my problem. Right
Well,
now.
yeah. Hey, I know golf isn't for everybody. Golf is, if you're not into it, it's a very boring sport. I understand that.
Yes,
I do.
it is.
I enjoy it. I like to play it. I like to watch. I like to play. Did you find your leaderboard yet?
Hey, I don't know if it's
You're not the best in the business for nothing, are you?
I'm just trying to find a good version. I don't know if this is the most up-to-date one.
Well, just so you know, we're done.
We're done.
We're done.
What?
Oh,
We're going for 2 hours.
No, we're not going for 2 hours tonight.
Let's go for 2.
I don't think we have enough.
Let's go for 2.
If we go for 2, I may have a heart attack.
I
So-
think I need a
So
Gatorade
if
we-
if
no,
I'm going
is
for
it-
any
no,
more.
if we
Zach
go for
Johnson?
2,
Somebody pay, intern,
Zach
give me a
Johnson's
Gatorade.
lead?
Zach Johnson was leading at -6.
Is Zach Johnson
I need a Gatorade if
and
we're going for
Kevin
longer.
Kisner.
all right, tell Juan
Two
to get you
Americans.
one.
2 Americans are tied.
2 Americans are
You know,
leading the US
they're-
Open.
Tell
they're
They're
tied
Padre
at
one to
-6.
get you one.
the Open Championship.
I want to say something, but
Go ahead.
it's all fair. Banter.
Okay.
There's a 3-way tie
For the
third.
afterbuzz.
Three-way, huh?
Yeah, there's a
Ooh.
3-way for third.
And who's that?
Tommy Fleetwood,
Fleetwood.
Pat Perez, and Xander.
Yeah, Xander.
Xander, what is it, Schauffele?
Something like that. He is a South
Oh,
American.
Oh,
Right.
from South
Or South
America.
South African.
South
I'm sorry.
African.
South African. I
Hey.
apologize.
He's
Fleetwood-
Home of the
he's-
Cougar Ranch.
He's from
Fleetwood Mac is
Wakanda.
playing this?
Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood's got real long hair. Looks like a girl.
Wow.
He's from Wakanda. He's from Wakanda.
All right, that's our second show on
Oh, hold
YouTube.
on. There's another Xander.
There's 2 Xanders who are on the leaderboard.
Xander Lombard.
Who's the
Right.
other one? What? Sorry, I
I
missed
think
that. I was yelling.
he's American, actually.
Oh, okay.
I
We
think
tied
he
for
is.
6.
American?
Okay.
America.
Second show on YouTube. I think it went pretty well.
If
Nikki
we're-
Cola was here.
Yeah, it was. That was fun.
The true instigator. Rob C., the instigator, was here.
That's why everybody's laughing.
The intern Z had himself a great show today.
Who
Follow
was
us on Instagram at the official Joy Buzzer.
Oh, a little plug there.
Very good, very good, very good.
He's good. Intern Z.
Is that where you find us now? On Instagram and YouTube?
Yep.
Facebook. Check our
Okay.
Facebook
And
page. We'll
Facebook.
post everything there.
Facebook,
so
Right.
Instagram, YouTube.
That's still going to be our biggest pull.
All right, cool. For those of you who chimed in on chats, thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
We really
Yep.
do. And,
That was
and
cool.
if you watch us on cameras, you're looking. I do read this stuff.
No,
when I can see it.
No, you're not.
I love it.
No.
Wait, put that camera on me, Nick. Look how small my letters are.
No.
Yeah,
It is
no,
on
Look
you.
Hold on.
how small.
Actually,
Hold
you
on.
got to go up there.
Can I go up here? I'll
Yeah,
go up
go ahead
here.
up
Wait a
there.
minute.
Go to the top
Go ahead
one.
up there.
Go to the top one.
one.
Hold on. You can look at it, but you can't
Kids,
read it.
Yeah, you can look at it, but
You can look at it, but you can't read it.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Now, why don't you
I appreciate it.
Step this way so people can see you.
Okay.
There you go.
Cha-cha slide.
Stop hiding.
Do the cha-cha slide.
Cha-cha slide.
That was our show this week.
Get over here and
It was
dance.
a ton of fun.
Dance, man, boy.
Drop down and give me 20.
I am the commish. We'll see you next week. This was the Joy Buzzer.
Do the French dance. Do it.
So long, farewell, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes?
No. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I leave and heave a sigh and say goodbye.
The sun has gone.